G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 13 of our Chaos Warlock playthrough. In between episode 12 and 13 there was another farming episode, and the idea was I wanted to get a Gollus ring to replace this one, and maybe another one to replace the Slith Primal ring. This is the elite version, which I ducked into elite and just grabbed this. And I somewhat succeeded. Ideally I was looking for a harmonious Gollus's ring of whatever. Unfortunately, I didn't get that. However, I did get a lot of options. And this one here, this is a straight upgrade to the one that I have on at the moment. And that's in spite of the fact that it is actually of Cage Souls, which is a pet suffix. So the resistances and the health, it's all just same thing but more, and then this one also has a little bit of bleeding resist on it, and just generally all round better. So at level 60 I'll be putting that one on. For my second ring I needed something to replace the Slith Primal ring, which means elemental and vitality, because I'm under on vitality, although I could use a soul shard and that would be fine as well. So poison and elemental, preferably some mana stuff if I'm going to be replacing that ectoplasm with a soul shard again. And I actually haven't picked one out for this, so let's just go have a look here. Poison, I do still need the poison as well. So I need elemental and poison, and I don't think I have that anywhere. So maybe I'm not replacing the Slith Primal ring just yet. But we'll find something, I'm sure. So there's a couple of these that I do want to keep. Probably that one. The prismatic is the elemental resist there, and of the aether is obviously the aether. So that one's good. Purging is good. Of scorching is worthless. Imposing of thunder, this one is kind of... it's okay. Now, I could actually use this one now that I'm looking at it, because even without this, elemental is still capped, so I could actually use that one. So let's plan on using these two. This one has a little bit less vitality, so I'll have to use the soul shard, but it'll be okay. This one is really, really good stats, which I do like. And then the pierce and poison is nice. And the lightning just kind of doesn't exist, so I'm just going to sell that one. Stalwart of Squalls, the lightning proc there is basically worthless at this stage of the game. I don't think we have much at all in the way of lightning damage, not really, so that's basically... don't care about that, so let's just sell that one. Stalwart of Attack, Stalwart I think is usually defensive. And attack is going to be the offensive there, so yep, that makes sense. And that also can go in the bin. And then this one I'm going to hang on to just in case I need a little bit more chaos and bleeding. But I probably won't use that one. So let's vendor these, and then I have one more thing to show you, and we'll be on our way. That thing is this weapon, which I found while shopping from the secret shop, just up here in the Blood Grove. And I just want to point out how disappointingly mid even a triple rare is. That flat damage is worthless. The 4% crit damage, when you take into account that I have about 5% chance to crit, is effectively 0. It's a very small number in average damage increase. The vitality damage increase is nice, but we're converting less vitality to chaos with this weapon. And then, yes, it has 130% instead of 90% for chaos damage, but that's still not great. And it absolutely has more offensive ability, so we will be critting more, so that is one thing that's nice. But even for a triple rare, the increase on this over the old double magic is just not that much. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna put it on, it is an increase. But going from double magic affixes to double rare affixes should really be a little bit more exciting than that. Let's just grab another one of these, and by one I mean two, and chuck that on there. I also had a look and killed the Abomination, I think twice, and didn't get anything better, so this is going to be the Pulsing Shard probably until we replace it at level 94 or 90, I forget which one. Okay, also back in episode 12, I said that we didn't have enough reputation to get the quest for the Blackiron Docks. While I was standing in this area, I believe, after having just picked up the quest to go clear the Blackiron Docks. So, we're going to go do that real quick. And I'm never going to speak about that again. That didn't happen. I mean, it did happen, but I just refuse to acknowledge it. Right, so I've been playing a lot of Last Epoch, so what do my buttons do again? There we go. Okay, so button number 1 is no longer a potion. I'm wondering if this is going to cost me a Path of Exile character first, or a Last Epoch character first. I have got a hardcore character in Last Epoch, and it hasn't died yet, so touch wood. You can't see it, but I'm knocking on the top of my head there. Okay, Chaldus here. Honestly, we don't really need to be killing any of this stuff. We're just trying to get through. Although the things that have stars on their head, they are made out of XP and loot, so probably is worth attacking them. Demonic? Is that Sigil of Consumption? Alright, let's just push the button that makes us go downstairs through monsters. And let's see if we can't just run past a lot of this stuff. Getting to level 55 would be good, but I wanna fight things with stars above their heads rather than things that don't have that. Okay, and Frog can go down as well. Checking the affixes on that stuff, I'm almost 100% certain I'm not using them. Replacing... So this is the downside to having the Perdition set as part of your gear. Replacing it is quite difficult when you have two pieces. Formidable is really nice for the physical resist, but of the Fox is just stats. So those gloves don't have any resistances on them, so we're not using them. And I'm basically just going through this area the same way I normally would. And just killing everything with a star above its head certainly helps. You will get, is it Black Legion, Mammoth Resistance, or both? I think it might be both. I'll have a look after this, but I think you get both reputations for killing all this stuff. Either way, it's good to take them out. Let's have a look. Black Legion, we're at Honored, we already have the merit. Ethereal Vanguard is what most of this is. Ethereals are also kind of a little bit in the city. Mostly on totems, I think. And who was the other one we're looking for? Mammoth Resistance. Ethereal Vanguard. Yeah, so we get reputation for both of them for killing these things. And those reputation ticks are definitely welcome. Now, Haraxis was not there, so he's probably just up around the corner here. Don't really need to kill those. I was kind of trying to get rid of them so they wouldn't be attacking me while I'm trying to get into the Blackiron Docks, but maybe they would have broken, reset, and gone back to their little hiding holes anyway. Okay, that'll do. Get the crystal, kill this Aether Guardian, it can drop shards. I was kind of hoping for another cluster, but I guess we'll take it. Alright, we are in the Blackiron Docks now, and it is time to kill everything that moves and murder everything that doesn't as well. So if it moves, kill it, and if it doesn't move, kill it until it does. So Azar the Wrathful here is gone. Decaying of Annihilation, that's vitality stuff. Well, decaying is. Either way, I'm not going to be using it. I should honestly just leave MIs on and turn weapons off, because the only weapon I'm going to be using for this entire playthrough is the one I've had since level 14, or at least this type. Until I think 94 will be the first time we can replace it with something that isn't just higher level of the same thing. Okay, there's a cluster. Lovely. Alright, let's turn the loot off here. There's going to be, I think it's 5 waves. But regardless of the actual number, there's going to be a lot of stuff here. And we're going to be killing all of it. These big guys are absolutely a pain. Alright, here we go. This is, I think, the 3rd wave when you start getting the big guys. Or at least more of the big guys. There's our first hero monster. We're going to kill him too, and it's not even going to be difficult. There should be at least one more wave. Here they come. Yeah, I think this is the last wave. I hope this is the last wave. Alright, let's kill off anyone who might maybe be summoning extra friends. Including this guy right here, who apparently died without my assistance. Alright, and let's have a look at the loot. Yeah. There was no loot. Okay, so the plan for today was to start Forgotten Gods, and now that we're actually all caught up on this, I'm going to do so. In terms of skill points, I've been putting 1 point in the bar and 1 point in Blood of Dreeg for a little while now. I think I'm going to keep doing that until Blood of Dreeg gets to 8, and then I'm going to start putting points into Sigil. Once we do get to Aspect of the Guardian, though, everything in here until it's done, and then Possession. I think that's the way to go. Let's just ditch that. We'll ditch that as well. Okay, so let's head on down to the Conclave of the Three. And it looks like we've already chosen Soleil, which is good, because Soleil has some nice stuff. If we have a look in here, or here, one of these books from memory. Void Tome, was it that one? That looks like pet stuff. Why do I have it in my head that one of these is really good for this build? Maybe it's a blueprint one. Alright. I could be misremembering. I haven't looked at the level 100 walkthrough for a bit, but I had it in my head that Soleil had some nice stuff. It definitely does, but I don't think I'll be replacing the Pulsing Shard with any of these. Anyhow, things like this are okay. Disintegration and Doombolt is going to be Disintegration here, Doombolt here, so those rings are an option. But anyway, let's go see what the Soleil people want. Okay, we will go get his toy. We will go rescue your idiots as well. And we may as well grab all the quests here. Okay, so what do we actually need? The Eye of Echo is the Temple of, call it? Temple of Osir. That's fine. The Soleil Aspirants are just north of there, and Anorak's brothers are up here in the docks. So let's go for a bit of a run. Now you can kill all this, it's all worth reputation for the various witch cults, but this dinosaur is worth 1 reputation, and we need something like 20,000 of it. What is the actual amount we need? 28,000, something like that. So if you're just adding +1, or even +5, it's going to take you a while. So we'll just go for a run. I'm going to largely skip most of this. If I see anything with a star on its head, like this camp, if I possibly has one, then I'll stop, but actually it doesn't look like there's any heroes in here. There's almost always at least one in there. But I guess that's fine. I didn't want to do it anyway. One thing to note as well is that there's often Death's Vigil people all through this section, and if you side with them, they'll have extra things to say to you. Ooh, here we go. Nazback. Nazback is dead. Thank you very much. And these ones are going to give 52, so that's why I stop and kill them. It's just for reputation. Just up here, if you hang a left, coming out of that little desert section there, there's an upstairs part here. And along here, you'll often get, not today, but you'll often get a couple of heroes will spawn sort of along here as well. Maybe I have to kill stuff to get them to spawn. I don't think so, but oh well, this guy will do. So he's reflecting all sorts of fun things at us now. And now he's dead. But you can skip this and just run through if you want. It's what I probably should have done. It's not quite as much fun though, is it? It's one of the things I've been noting about the Last Epoch stuff recently, is there's so many people just saying, you know, how can I skip the campaign? And I'm just thinking, like, why did you buy the game if you don't want to play it? And I'm noticing that with a lot more games as time goes on. Everyone wants to get to the end, get to the end, get to the end, but no one actually wants to play the game. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old. I'm probably just getting old. Back in my day, something uphill both ways with a rocket launcher. Okay, running through here. Run. This part of the campaign for Forgotten Gods. I mean, I was just talking about people skipping the game, but I kind of understand for this part, because honestly, what's the point of this whole section? Just to slow you down to getting to the thing you need to do. I guess I can't complain too much. I mean, I'm going to, don't get me wrong, but probably shouldn't. Something about glass houses and throwing rocks. Alright. There is our Temple of Osea Rift, and we're going into the temple. Now, if you're not doing... if you're doing Bismail, you can completely skip this. If you're doing Soleil or, I think, Drieg, you have to go in here as well. But that's fine. There's a devotion shrine in here, which I want anyway, so we'll just go ahead and do it. I think I'm getting stunned out of the cast there, which is annoying. Not particularly surprising, but it is annoying. Let's see if we can get that totem as well. Let's just dodge past this. Here we go, Forsaken Eldritch. Chuck a sigil on the floor. We can leech a little bit of extra health from that. May as well use the mirror. There's no point having it if you don't use it occasionally. Alright, and we'll get out of the green goop. I keep getting messages on my old series of people saying, you know, I just killed this thing and I was listening to you say not to stand in the goop, and then I died because I was standing in the goop. And I don't know if it's amusing to me or it's, you know, somewhat distressing, because it's one of the things that I say all the time and people are still standing in the goop. And people is me as well. I do it as well. But yeah, I'm still not sure if I should be amused or upset. I think I'm going to settle on upmused. We'll go with both, amused and upset. I don't want people's characters to die, but also, you know, I told you not to do that. And I've said it enough to the point where some people have commented as well, can you please stop saying it? But to them I say, I'm sorry, but people are still doing it, so apparently there's someone who needs to hear it. And I did just say that I'm doing it as well. Alright, looks like that way is blocked, so we'll head around here to the left. So this floor, I believe, has an Exalted stash on it as well. Not 100% sure that that's true, but I think it's true. So if I find it, great, and if I don't, that's great too. I'm not going to go looking for it because I'm not even sure that it's actually here. Just checking the wall there. There's a section somewhere in this expansion that has a hole in the wall there with some loot behind it. It's not here, but one of these temple ruin things has it. Okay, I can see my devotion shrine there. That was something else as well. So in one of the episodes, either the last one or the farming one, I think in the last episode, I had a devotion point left over that I hadn't spent, and I did indeed spend that by finishing out the eel. The next thing we're getting is the lizard, which... yeah, it's not very good. The lizard is definitely a Act 1 and 2 in normal devotion that you then get rid of later. I mean, I guess if you need the blue points, it can be good, but generally speaking, there's a lot better devotions. Right, Praetorian Face Guard. Decent-ish resistances, actually. I'm not going to use it, but it's decent. I think we can just turn this on and do it all at once. That is an arcane, and that needs to die immediately. There we go. Let's see if we can't reflect some of their damage, and we're done. Okay, Skyreach Sash, we're almost certainly not using. Same with these. Can pick some loot up to sell. And now we are chucking a point in here. So plus 8 flat health regenerated per second. This basically does nothing. Same with the Constitution. As far as I'm concerned, Constitution is an outdated mechanic that is not relevant for Grim Dawn anymore. It's worthless. So unfortunately, that part of the eagle, or rather that part of the eel, is dead. It's dead stats. Alright, getting a lot of burning halberds. We also just hit 55, so we'll be taking a quick detour to get a new bashy stick. Let's go ahead and put that on there, take that off, and let's take add-on. There we go. I don't think there was anything else. Oh, I could use this one? This one. I could use this one at level 55. The problem, of course, is when I put it on, my chaos and vitality resistance just completely end up in the hole. Now, I don't have enough Aether resistance over cap, or even just at all, to take this Aether Soul off and replace it with a Black Tallow. I don't have enough to take this Runestone off and replace that with a Sanctified Bone. So, while I could drop my armor absorption and do it that way, I'm just not going to. I'm also going to put 2 more points in Blood of Dreeg, and actually, let's do it that way. I think more stats is going to be more useful than a little bit of flat health regen. Although, probably should do what I said I was going to do. 1 point in the bar, 1 point in something. Okay, we kind of have to leave that for now. I do want to get this, or something like this, into the build, because +3 to destruction is going to be this one, which I can't use at the moment, but once we get there will be good. That flat vitality damage being added to Sigil is going to be around about 50% converted to Chaos. So I do want to get this, but I just need resistances before I can do it. So that may end up having to wait until... probably until Augments. Which is probably going to be late Elite at the earliest. Alright, let's go back to where we were. And see about killing the boss in here. Now, I remember this place being quite scary when I first got into Forgotten Gods. These lightning zappy things come out of nowhere. They're basically impossible to dodge. And they hurt a lot when I was new to the game. Unfortunately for this guy, I'm not so new anymore. And his little lightning zappies are very pretty, but not very dangerous anymore. There we go. Prismatic Diamond. Okay, this... I'm surprised to get this drop this early. I'm glad I don't have to go to the Ancient Grove to get it. But this is quite expensive for memory. It's also the best head component for every hardcore character in the game ever. There is no competition. If you're playing hardcore, you pretty much have this in your helmet. And it also has some energy absorption from enemy spells. And vitality res, which could be useful. So I'll see if I have the rest of the blueprints to make that. I kind of have a feeling I may have to collect a few things. Here's the Eye of Eker, or Eker, however you want to pronounce it. Eker. Sounds retarded. That's the quest item we were here to fetch, and we can go ahead and leave now. Now, just to the north of here, you come out already a little bit to the north. Just to the north of here, we will find the Soleil aspirants, who have managed to hoard themselves a bunch of shiny goodies and then get stuck in a corner. Somehow still never actually get attacked. Okay. So here they are. We do actually have the quest for these guys, so we can send them back. And I'm kind of curious if we have enough leech to just stand here with the sigils. It looks like we do. So risk of dying on this character is quite low. Unfortunately, the damage is also quite low. Maybe we put some more points into Sigil of Consumption. I think it'll be fine either way. I'm gonna end up getting all that stuff anyway. It's just a matter of which one do we get first. I missed out on... You know what? I'll come back for it. I missed a Devotion Shrine, which was right next to the Soleil Aspirants in the... is it the Hidden Gorge? There's a little... Just here. There's a hidden section. It's alright, I'll go back once I get to the next... Riftgate. Also, this Exalted Stash appears to just be here every single time. I don't think it even has any alternate spawn locations, it's just here. So, free Exalted Stash on the way through, I guess. These guys have auras. And dynamite. Okay, I like dynamite. I was thinking that there was going to be a hero there, giving them that aura, but it might just be goblins doing goblin things. Okay, Forsaken Savage. I think we can pick these guys off. This corrupted guy is going to put the green goop on the floor, isn't he? I might have got him before he could. Oh, no, there it is. Green goop on the floor. Okay, Blade Guard leggings. No. Tempest of the Void is... Ooh, of the Void has Chaos stuff on it. +2 to... it's a helmet, no. Nope, nope, nope. Don't want any of this stuff. It's all going to be sold. There's nothing wrong with that. Need iron bits to buy other stuff. Let's go ahead and speed this up. I think the next thing I'm going to stop for is the Corvin Titanivore. And I do, after that, want to do Anorak's brothers in their little dungeon as well. I'd like to rephrase that. I would like to do the Anorak brothers dungeon rather than do the Anorak brothers in the dungeon, which is what I mistakenly said. I just felt the need to clarify that before someone pointed it out in the comments. Because I know you people, you will. Alright, once again, not really in any danger, even Sundered, we're leeching enough life that this doesn't appear to be terribly dangerous. Which I guess is good if you're playing hardcore, it's nice to be unkillable. ish. But it would also be nice to be unstoppable as well. Okay, we're still in normal, so the Fetton Mask is not really going to be very good, but I'll go and poke it anyway. Free blue helmet, even though, like I said, it's not very good in normal. It doesn't come with +1 to all skills. If this was elite, then you bash this urn cluster here. The Fetton Mask, the empowered one, will pop out, and it's actually pretty good. +1 to all skills is very hard to say no to. And we don't really have an MI helmet either, so maybe I will use it. No way. Can't do it. 31% Aether Res. There's no way I can use that. Or I can lose that at the moment. It's unfortunate. We will be getting some bigger resistance items coming up soon. Just not yet. Oh. I was going back for that devotion shrine. Let's go do that now before I forget again. We will also get a purple ring that I pretty much never use. But, hey, free purple ring, right? The Leo Vinus ring is a twink ring, so you can give your power level characters, which I don't make, you can give them extra XP, some good damage and resistances. This is what I'm here for, though. I want the devotion point so as I can get an actually kind of okay node in the lizard, and then the next one is also kind of okay. And with regen getting buffed, I guess I may have been a little bit too harsh on it. These urns here have Leovinus' ring, 24% elemental resist, a very minor amount of extra damage for everything, and the 3% XP, which is what most people use it for. Right, back to the sands. Let's just check along this left side for the treasure trove. I'm not going to be terribly upset if I can't find it, but hey, free loot is free loot, right? So I'm looking for the tower, not this one. There's a tower you can walk inside of. I think I'm a little bit early for it. It's further up the left side. But there's a round tower you can walk inside of, and there it is. Yeah, so no treasure trove here. And I probably won't go past the other locations because, well, I straight up don't know most of them. When I'm looking for treasure troves, it's almost never in the docks here. But we'll grab the lore notes, and next quest for Soleil I think is in the pocket dimension. So we should probably go back and get that at some point. Oh, here's the treasure trove. Empowered Plague Mancer's Amulet, so that's something that I will not be making on this character. I am just going to poke my head up into the top left corner, then we'll go get the rift for the next area, then I'll go do a bunch of turn-ins back in town, then probably Anorak's Brothers, and then there's another devotion shrine before we get to Ganavakar's little oasis, and then we're halfway through. Okay, so no shrine here this time. I would have liked a shrine, but I'll take a totem. I'll take it, but I would have liked a totem as well. Okay, there we go. There's another point. So that's going to be the eel complete. There we go. Which unlocks the Solemn Watcher for us. We will max out the Solemn Watcher. That'll give us 3 blues, which will allow us to remove the eel. And then from there, we'll have the Solemn Watcher, and I think we get the bat next. I'll have to check after the Solemn Watcher. The old memory's not so good anymore. Mostly because I didn't check what comes after that, but I think the bat. Right, so next port of call is going to be the next Rift Gate. As I said, then we'll come back, we'll do a bunch of turn-ins, and then we'll do Anorak's Brothers. Said it again. It's okay, if I don't point it out, no one will notice. We'll do the Anorak's Brothers quest after we've done the turn-ins. I am such a child. I make no apologies for it either. Okay, quest turn-ins. Also selling things. Okay, let's just make sure I don't sell something I actually want. Those gloves I think were formidable. Yeah, of scorching. It is actually a little bit tempting. So these have more armor. They have about the same elemental resistance. They also have 4% physical resistance. So I'm going to hang on to those. Then I would just need something to replace the chest, which has bleeding and vitality. So I would need to get my hands on some bleeding and vitality chest pieces. There's vitality but no bleeding. And I'm going to hang on to that as well. I don't think I'm going to use it. Yes, I know I sold the Leovinus ring. That's fine. Like I said, I don't really use them. We'll vendor all this, or bank all this, I should say. Oops, and I missed that one. Okay, so I've got a bunch of other gloves here as well. And actually this one is probably the best bet for replacing the Perdition gloves. This one is in 3 levels, so I've got 3 levels to find a replacement chest piece. Which I guess if we waited, was that 10 levels? Then I'll have reputation items. Okay, we're going to cull his ranks. Honestly, I just picked the first 3 I come across. And I'm just going to off them. I'm sure there's some reason why some of you, why it's better to pick some over the others, but I just picked the first 3. Alright, and we can take out these guys as well. These ones are not going to die, they're just going to become unattackable. Anytime you want to stop. Yep, there we go. You fought well, you proved your worth, and we allow them to stay. So now we can return to Riken and Kaisen. There we go, and yep, don't expect me to go rescue him again. You do get another tonic of clarity out of that, which is nice, and also blood of Chthon, which in turn can be transmuted into a skeleton key. I guess not really transmuted. You can craft a skeleton key with 1 blood of Chthon. Alright, where are we up to? We got 1 more to turn in. Because I went over and grabbed the Fetten Mask, we also got close enough to the Maw of Enat to trigger this quest. So let's go eat our conversation pie here. There we go. Polished Emerald, Chains of Oleron, a little bit of reputation, all good stuff. Okay, speak to Sagon at the Vanguard of the 3. So we're on to the next area now. I am going to do... Wait. I'm going to do the dungeon where Anorak's brothers died. Then I'm going to go get the Devotion Shrine in the next little dungeon as well. Then we'll go kill Ganavakar for having the audacity to have a name that's pronounced anything at all like that. Also because he's made out of loot. Alright, devastating Imperial legs, yep, that's fine. Now I've already grabbed the treasure trove, but I think it's in here is another spawn location. Or it might be in the next little round area, but somewhere over here. think that's sufficiently culled their ranks to the point where I can walk through there now. Grab this journal. I think it might be up here somewhere. There's another possible location. If you go on grimtools.com, you can just check the map and they'll tell you where it is, and they don't have to be like, oh, I think I saw it there this one time, so maybe that's it. The Grimtools map just knows. Right, so, this area, again, I'm pretty sure, has an Exalted stash. And I know one of the spots is along that top wall there. But I am going to check a few other locations as well that probably aren't potential locations for it, but my brain is telling me they are, so I'm going to look there anyway. Alright, what are you? You're just another... Okay. Nothing there. I think it might be this one. It's along this top edge anyway, is the spawn location that I know of. Of course, the way forward is blocked. This one's not. Here we go. Talk to old mate here. Let's just get rid of these guys. I'm going to poke my head actually down here. Just make sure I didn't miss... No, I didn't. Miss the Exalted chest location. It may just be on the next floor. There's my devotion shrine, which I'm very happy to see. This is another fight for it one. We may as well do the fight all at once. Kill everybody in one go. So regenerator is down. There's my devotion point. And we are going to start, as soon as I kill this little train. There we go. We're going to start the Solemn Watcher now. So this one is really good as a defensive devotion, or a defensive constellation. The Chaos Resist I didn't remember being there, but this is basically just armor. PS Res as well. Can't say no to that. Well, I mean, you could, but don't know why you would. Alright. Moving right along here, I'm looking for that Exalted Shrine. I don't normally look for them. I'm kind of not even sure that I'm in the right place anymore. I've thought I found it a couple of times and then it turns out, oh, there it is. Yeah, no, I totally knew it was here the whole time. I don't know why any of you ever doubted me. Okay, so, that's a lot of armor and not a lot of resistance, unfortunately. Let's get rid of these guys. What do we got for chest pieces so far? Decent armor increase, straight up more resistances, and it has an armor roll on it as well. I think we can swap those over now. So 548 versus 580. Okay, so it's a slight downgrade in armor, but it's a very large increase in, well, it's not a large increase, I guess, but it is an increase in physical resistance. So I'll take it. Let's go ahead and get rid of these. Yep, don't need any of that. Now, I'm not going to... What are we doing? Scaled hide. I'm not going to delete the perdition stuff, because I have tons of components and I may want to swap them back in at some point. So, I'll just chuck them back in there. I don't think I'm going to want to use them again, but it's a definite maybe. Alright, so our resistances are a little bit in the hole because of swapping the gloves out, I think. Okay, that's fine. I'll just take the ectoplasm off this ring. We'll lose 20% of our energy, which isn't great, but that'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, resistances will indeed be capped. There we go. And our Fizz Res is up to 30%. Once we get Aspect of the Guardian, that'll be up around 50%, I think. So we will be quite tanky. which is the whole point of this character. This is kind of why I was considering doing a replacement hardcore achievements guide for the Death Knight with this character. It's because it's really tanky, although it doesn't start out that way. That's alright, we'll just do a playthrough instead. Alright, here we go. So Turgon the Mad Priest, those two little ice balls there, you really don't want to be standing next to him when he does those. For example, if you're out at range, he will do them. And if you happen to be shadow striking him when he throws those out, and they are the first thing he does, then there's a pretty good chance that you're just going to shadow strike straight into them and immediately delete yourself from existence. Which is exactly what I did with, I think, 2 or 3 dervishes in a row before I figured out what it was that was killing me. Alright. Mission complete. We're also now despised, which means we get extra spawns, which everybody likes extra spawns. Mostly. Friendly with Drieg, which means we're probably friendly with Bismeal as well. Let's just double check we don't have Honored with anybody new. Not expecting it. Maybe with... No. Who's doing... Who's there? Alright, so we can return pretty much any time we want. Let's just push on for now. I want to get into the... I forget what the place is called. I think they call it the Tower of something. But it's a little dungeon up here in the next area. I want to get in there because there's a devotion shrine. There's also some hidden loot in there as well, which... I mean, you know I love my hidden loot. Gives me a chance to complain that there's never anything good in it. Alright, I'll take care of these guys. I also need to get the book for the transmuting quest while we're here. So don't let me forget that, because I will. So we'll go around here. And then if we just follow this little stream here, under the bridge, up here, and the body you're looking for is actually hidden behind a tree. So this tree branch here covers up Canaan's corpse. There's the Tome of Eonatum, which is what I'm here for. So we'll grab that. Now, the next objective is walk across here, and I think I'm in the right spot here. And then we walk across here. And yep, there it is, beautiful. Lovely jubbly. We'll jump straight in here. This is the, I guess it's a ruin, according to the door. Sanctuary of Haran. It's not a temple or a tower of anything. This is the place I was talking about anyway, even if I was way off base with the name. Because in here is a devotion shrine, and I want it. So, let's go get it. We can walk past a lot of this stuff, and I'm going to. Let's see if we can't get it all to group up. What are you, time warped? Alright, we'll just use the mirror. Mirror's good in situations like this. It just gives you a little bit of time to reduce the incoming damage. Probably didn't need to use it, but why not, honestly? What are you, burning? It's no problem. Alright, and let's turn this on as well. This is another fight for me one. Who are you? Another burning. Okay. It's fine. Down he goes. The pendant of the royal crown. This is a really nice leveling set as well. If you do a lot of twinking, by which I mean giving low-level characters gear to wear while they're leveling, if you can get this set, it's a really good leveling set. So it costs you both your rings and your amulet, but I think you get every resistance type on one of the 3. And then you get bonus to all your stats and +1 all skills. So it's a pretty good set. I don't think I've ever had all of this set in one go. Just because of the way I play. Alright, there's some Chaos Res. Now, what did that mean for me? I can take off the Black Tallow now. I'm not going to, but I can. Which means I'm 19 over, so I would be down to 73% if I put this on. And I think I would also be under for... Is it this one? Yeah. Okay, so if I put that black tallow back on, gets me 16% chaos, so yeah, I would be at 73% there. And I would need to find another 11% vitality. But if I take the runestone off of this one, and instead put a sanctified bone, or sorry, a prismatic diamond. Prismatic diamond has vitality resistance, so then I would be 9% under an Aether. So I still don't quite have enough to do it. And I'm gonna struggle to replace this helmet as well. I might have to go farm the Aether bucket in Elite, perhaps. Or maybe I could unlock the Blackiron Docks and do that one. This is a quest NPC. This is a quest fight for the Dreeg faction questline. We obviously don't need to kill her, but she will give us, I believe, some reputation. Also, she's made out of XP and loot, so I'm going to kill her anyway. Decently tanky, which, I mean, it's still not tanky enough to not die, but hey, got a Primal Instinct. Okay, the Swarm, there we go, 75 reputation with each of them. Very nice. Yeah, Primal Instinct is a pet relic, which gives you a chance to summon a swarm of swarmlings. I think they kept them at 4 or 5 in 1.2. It took a pretty heavy nerf, which I think was pretty well deserved, because if you're playing pets and you weren't using that relic, you were doing something very, very wrong. Alright, did I spend that point? I did. Haven't had a level up, so we are good to go. Good to go. Back over this bridge. And if you are so inclined, there is a hidden area to the north of this little section, which, again, is not going to have any loot in it that's worth looting, but it is kind of cool. The way you get there is, I think it's this one, but, oh no, this is the hidden area, so you have to go under this little bridge here, so come down here and you can walk up through there. I'm not going to go down there because, like I said, there's never any loot down there. Well, no loot that's worth getting, shall we say. But it is pretty cool. Little hidden area there. Alright, I see a totem, which I'm going to go do. And I also see... oh, that's going to be in Ganavakar's house. Or his little oasis. So I am going to go do it. But there's also this little hidden area, which confused me one time previously, because I thought that there was a blacksmith in here, and I came up to here and popped all this open, and I was wondering where the blacksmith is. And it turns out he's over here. So this is Egalon, Forgotten Smith. I'm actually not sure what he does that's special, but he has his own crafting bonus if you make something. It may be this. One Celestial Essence gives you one random crafting material. That looks like it might be his thing. But anyway, hidden blacksmith, hidden loot. Always fun to find. Okay, we'll go kill Ganavakar. We'll bash this urn for the lore note. And then I think we might call it an episode once we get to the Vanguard of the Three. So Ganavakar is going to be running around here at 1,000,000 miles an hour like a cat at 3 AM. We'll take care of him in a moment. Oh, there he is. You can just see his shadow up there. So he runs around like a madman. Or a mad scorpion. Alright, let's go hunt him down. Kill off his friends. You can actually kind of get overwhelmed in this section with him running all over the place, and you have to dodge his attacks because he does Sunder as well. And he has a lot of friends here. I'm running the wrong way. We're sort of both running around in circles in the same area. Managed to miss each other. Where is he? Did I already kill him by accident? That's definitely a thing that could have happened. Oh, there he is. Now that I think about it, it's definitely not a thing that could have happened. You, go away. So he does the usual Sunder thing where he makes a big orange glowy thing above his head and then does a big telegraphed attack. So as long as you can dodge that, you're fine. That's going to have a car. His MI is really good for a dervish if you were going to be doing righteous fervor and dual wielding. Get 2 of those, get of the Venom Claw or something like that, and just go to town on things. It's pretty good. I've played it before. I think I put a series up on the channel. Might have been one of the first ones I did, so it's pretty low quality. But yeah, that character, yeah, I did. I made a series about it, and that character died, and I ended up remaking it without making a video series on it, obviously. But it's very good damage, but it is a little squish. Although those two things do tend to come together. Alright, we're through the Howling Chasm, and we're on the home stretch now. Okay, the Basalt Crags. There are 2 things, I think, in this area to note. 3, I guess, if you want to talk about the lore notes and such in the bottom left corner. One of the things to talk about is it here? Nope. Just up here. Oh, here it is, this tree here. Is this little hidden area here with hidden spoils. And again, you're not going to get good loot out of this, but maybe. Maybe you can drop blues out of those, so it could be worth doing. The second thing to note is that sometimes you can get, trying to think of the name, one of these dogs anyway, one of the big ones, the pack leader. We'll see if he's home today. Doesn't look like it. Here's the lore note camp. There is actually a decent amount of lore in the Forgotten Gods expansion, and it's almost all contained in these lore notes. It's kind of like a travel, well, it's exactly a travel log. This one is anyway. There's a few others, and it's pretty cool. I really like how Grim Dawn has handled the lore in their game, where you have to go and find it, and you have to, you know, kick over every vase and look inside, and you'll get another piece of the story. And then other pieces are hidden in, you know, hidden side areas that are not part of the map. It's really cool. I like it anyway. Total Shell rank 15. I don't think I've seen that proc. I may have seen it proc once early on, but the ideal is not to see it proc anyway, so glad we haven't done that. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up these 3 more quests, I think it is.
Yes, traveler.
Let's click the right button so we can actually get it. There we go. Don't stand in that unless you're in ultimate and you want the weapon.
I hear you've done.
Okay, there we go. All of our quests have been picked up. But that'll about do us for this episode, so I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.